From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm John Riley. An East Helena man was sentenced in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday for his role in the riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Another nursing home closure in Montana as facilities across the state struggle to survive. At 6:33, find out why the home says they cannot make ends meet.
I'm Edgar Cedillo in downtown Bozeman. HRDC just received their largest grant in their history. I'll let you know how much that is.
Well, happy Wednesday, Southwest Montana, 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Wind blowing a little bit on the Montana State University campus. Clouds are ever sinking.
Yeah, it won't be long. We're going to deal with some pretty decent snow. I don't think that it's going to really amount to a lot on the ground. The problem is the timing of this is going to make the drives over area passes, down the canyons, a little bit more treacherous this morning. So keep that in mind as you're heading out. Temperatures into the 30s for most of us. We're above freezing for many areas in western Montana, and that bodes well at least for road conditions overall. That doesn't mean there won't be slick spots. Certainly there will be. Off and on snow showers. Just leave some extra time this morning as we're dealing with some light snow across the area for the morning. Afternoon should be able to clear. Daytime highs. We're there.
That's it.
We're going to cool down a little bit as we go through the afternoon. Off and on snow showers through the morning, possibly the early afternoon for a few areas. But your Thanksgiving holiday and your travel forecast, oh, you won't want to miss it. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Always love when we're awake for the warmest time of the day.
Isn't that great?
It doesn't happen very often here on Montana This Morning. All right, 6:32 now. Our top story this half hour. An East Helena man will see jail time for his admitted actions during the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. MTN's John Riley, who has been closely following Montana's Capitol riot suspects, has our story.
Joshua and Jared Hughes of East Helena were some of the first rioters to enter the U.S. Capitol building on January 6, 2021. On Tuesday, Joshua Hughes was sentenced for his admitted actions. According to the Department of Justice, Joshua Hughes has been sentenced to 3 years and 2 months in prison and has to pay $2,000 in restitution. Hughes and his brother Jared pleaded guilty to obstruction of an official proceeding and aiding and abetting on August 25th. Joshua Hughes told law enforcement he marched on the Capitol because former President Trump told the crowd to, and he was, quote, keeping an eye on his brother and just bearing witness. The brothers climbed scaffolding on the northwest side of the building and made their way with the advancing crowd that was pushing against and broke through police barricades. Hughes watched as other rioters broke a window near the Senate wing door and then entered the building through that broken window at 2:13 p.m. Prosecutors say he was the 9th rioter to breach the Capitol. The brothers were at the front of the crowd as it moved through the Capitol, first interacting with Officer Eugene Goodman, who led rioters away from the Senate chamber, which was still being evacuated at the time. Hughes then entered the Senate gallery around 2:45 p.m. He shortly left and went to the Senate chamber floor with his brother and walked among the senators' desks for approximately 2 minutes. Joshua Hughes left the building less than a minute later. Jared Hughes had been scheduled to be sentenced on Tuesday as well, but that sentencing has been pushed to January 6th, 2023. In East Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
All right, thank you, John. 6:33 now. There's more trouble for Montana's nursing homes. Families say Parkview Care Center in Billings now moving some patients out of that facility. This is close to a dozen others have made the difficult decision to close their doors. Many say Medicaid reimbursements set by the state legislature are no longer covering costs. MTN's Charlie Kleps reports that's just one part of the problem.
In the past year, many nursing homes around the state of Montana have been forced to close their doors. It's an alarming new norm in the Big Sky State. The most recent victim is right here in Billings at the Parkview Care Center. Family members of residents inside have told us that their loved ones are being told they need to move out of the facility. Life is usually very predictable for residents at Parkview Care Center, but this week, that stability is suddenly gone.
Just to know for a fact that he is now in a place that doesn't know any of his routines.
Susie Sims says her father is one of several dementia patients at Parkview being moved out of the facility this week. The family says Parkview staff told them staffing shortages and low Medicaid reimbursement rates set by the state left them no other choice.
They're a mess. I mean, they're shipping these people off to places they know they won't do well.
And a similar story is playing out all across Montana. Close to a dozen nursing homes completely closed their doors in 2022. And earlier this month, MTN learned another Beartooth Manor in Columbus will shut down in January. Others, like St. John's and Billings, have tried to change their model, reducing the number of beds to better allocate shrinking resources. It's unclear what Parkview plans to do. Our calls seeking comment Monday were not returned. Regardless, patients like Claude Aberg have been left in the lurch.
He knows nothing. Like I shared with you earlier, he couldn't tell me what he had for lunch today.
Claude has now been transferred to the psychiatric center at Billings Clinic.
To have to put these people on an ambulance and just ship them out to who knows what and what would happen to them. So yeah, it's a really terrible situation.
A problem magnified by the fact that many families, like Susie and Kim Thomas, live out of state and are now trying to figure out what to do.
But the minute you hang up that phone, we're trusting those people to care for him. So I think it's just sort of paralyzing feeling.
So it's not like we can just move him from Montana to Michigan and it's just going to be a seamless thing.
A frustrating situation for families not just here, but across the state, especially with even more care facilities expected to close in the coming year.
And you have a man who's paid into the Medicare system for 75 years of his life. Now they're just saying, sorry, good luck to you. It's a shame on Montana.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
All right, 6:36. Here in Bozeman, HRDC has received the largest grant in its 40-year history. The grant comes from the founder of Amazon. TN's Edgar Cedillo explains how the organization, which provides services for the homeless, plans to spend the money.
Over 40 nonprofit groups from across the country were awarded millions of dollars in grants. HRDC was one of those groups which received $5 million, their largest grant in history.
Again, honored to have been in that club.
The grant is a part of the Day One Families Fund, which was launched by Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, who awarded more than $123 million across the country. HRDC received $5 million of that.
Half of it will go to help build out a family-specific portion of our shelter.
The money will push them closer to their $15 million goal needed to kick off construction on Phase 2 of the Community Commons, which will feature a year-round shelter. Now, they're just $1 million shy of that goal.
Gets us, obviously, $2.5 million closer to that goal.
Grenier says that money comes at a time when the area is seeing an increase in need.
One of the biggest needs we're seeing is an increase in families experiencing homelessness.
HRDC says the number of people that are experiencing homelessness has increased by nearly 50% in the Gallatin Valley.
We're working with over about 140 families that are living in cars or campers or RVs.
The other $2.5 million will be used for more basic needs, which they provide on a daily basis.
Whether we can help them with their rent or help them with their utilities or help them with their food, but housing is obviously the biggest.
The money awarded to HRDC will come to them over the next 5 years. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
All right, thank you, Edgar. 6:38 now. The man in charge of restoring wolves to Yellowstone National Park is retiring. Doug Smith, hired by the park in 1994, became the director of the Wolf Project the following year. That year, 1995, he supervised the release of the first wolves into the park. Through nearly 3 decades of managing wolves, Smith and the Park Service have been praised and cursed for the wolf recovery efforts. Smith, well aware of the criticism, told MTN News back in 2020 that he still believed Montana residents could come to agreement on how to manage wolves.
The way we like to look at it is, talking to people. Why do you fear wolves? Why do you think wolves are bad? Can we share the landscape? Places like Yellowstone are not human-dominated landscapes. What's wrong with them there? Granted, they spell out and they are across the state of Montana. That's a harder thing to manage, but we can do it.
Now, Smith said then that 3 greatest fears about wolves never materialized. He said some predicted wolves would wipe out the elk population, that people would get injured or killed, and that the livestock industry would be decimated. Smith's last day at work was yesterday. Well, in Bozeman, Huffing for Stuffing celebrating its 16th year this year. What a better way to spend your Thanksgiving morning than getting up early and getting a little movement going. Last year, more than 3,000 participants showed up for the races. They raised over $500,000, and these proceeds go directly to the Gallatin Valley Food Bank to help address food insecurity here in the community.
There's still time to register and there's still time to volunteer. Packet pickup is all day on Wednesday, the 23rd, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Gallatin County Fairgrounds, Building 1.
By the way, the registration fee, $25 for the 10K, the 5K, the timed run, and the 5K untimed run. Kids' fee is $12. And it's such a great time. That kicks off tomorrow morning, starting at the Museum of the Rockies.